Hi, hello. This is kind of wild. I'm about to start a full van build for my little sister. The kicker being, I've never done this before. As a certified RV tech, I know how to fix RVs, but I've sure as heck never made one from scratch. And to throw just a little more interest in the pot, my sister is a teacher, so she has very little time off. So we only have 2.5 weeks to get this empty shell turned into something that she can live in on the road. No pressure. To help make this all happen, my dad actually flew in to join the madness. So this is going to be a full-on family affair, a little chaotic, hopefully fun, and definitely a race against the clock. Let's see if we can pull this off. Step 1, we need to insulate this bad boy. Come give us a tour of your new crib.
Here's my empty crib. No babies in this crib.
You're like, surprise, also a pregnancy announcement.
That'd be crazy.
That'd be insane.
If you got this on video. I don't know that I'm not.
Madeline Ann!
Although I do know that I'm not. I spoke to my gynecologist recently.
I'm so glad, Maddie. That'll be the real cliffhanger of the whole project. They say you should add dramatic tension. So I thought it was going to be, can we get this done before she has to leave? But it could also be,
am I pregnant?
Is she pregnant?
They're also not size.
Watch your toes. No, you're good. Woohoo! Do you want it in there? There we go. How many people does it take?
Right? Or
Sorry,
do you...
what you're measuring?
No, to you, Mance. This is the first cut. I'm warning you. You're gonna have to make a lot of decisions. I know you're already overwhelmed, but...
So, okay, the guys and I... Let me go through.
As we all hold our hands above our head. Okay.
Otherwise, it's like pretty big.
Yeah. Is that how you measure that one? Do you want to measure that?
That's fine.
Okay.
It also will
It's
compress.
flexible. Yeah, it's
so
flexible.
like if it compresses slightly on the ends, then perfect. Look at my side. Yeah. Let's go 16 because on the end it's 16.
Okay. Yeah.
And
assume nothing. So, according to the tutorial that we've been following, Maddie has been cutting strips of Thinsulate insulation to go on the ceiling. And then I am now going to try to expose enough of the over cabin storage that we could get some insulation in there. Fingers crossed. Okay, so literally in their tutorial, they were like, you just use vice grips and raw power. And they even wrote the words raw power in the picture to demonstrate. And it looks like it's just held on with this like one little clippy thing. So, come on, raw power. Raw power. Raw power. Oh. Raw power. Oh, that wasn't too bad. Smushed it a little. We can unsmush. And then this is just gonna come off. I did it. One down. Now I just gotta do the other side. Raw power, raw power. I got piece number 2. Now to lower that headliner somehow. Ha. You ever have one of those moments where you're like fighting with something, and then someone shows up and just does it? That was me with the 3 clips that held this liner in here. I could not figure it out, and then Maddie came and did it in 3 seconds before I could even turn on the camera. So, Maddie's the best. Well, I was saying you're the best. There's just these, there's only things kind of in the way, but yeah, backside top. First piece. now that we've got the headliner insulated, we now need to get insulation inside of all of these little ribs and like small nooks and crannies in and around the van. So I'm sure that will be easy and work first try.
I mean, luckily you're trying to
I think there's a wall here. There's something. You got it through there?
I'm not saying that Dad was able to do it, but
Well, Dad, if Dad's able to do it, Dad can do it later.
Dad made it look easy.
Because Dad's holes are bigger. My holes are small.
Now we have to insulate the doors, so both the inside of the sliding door, but also the two back doors.
My microphone turned off on its own, so I bet yours did too.
Probably.
I think it's a power button.
Oh, yeah, do I hold it?
Yeah, there it goes. Boom! All right, now we know. Just have to keep a little eye on it. If you're gonna say something funny, make sure your mic's on, damn it.
Okay. Okay, Mom. It's like it's like you know those family channels where they're
Oh my
like,
god, where like
Yeah.
the kids have to like
I'm crying. Please thumbnail the video. My feet, it's so hot. Mom, are you making me work in 100-degree
van for content.
If you wanna try and cut out those pieces for the back.
Yeah, I gotcha. Let's go do that. Surrounding space.
Is the sunlight curing your diseases?
Yeah, I am feeling like immune.
Pure?
Pure.
Raw.
Raw.
Dad, if you were a raw meat product, what raw meat product would you be? Emmy said ground turkey, and I said lobster. If we consider lobster meat, I know that's a big debate.
Why wouldn't it be meat?
A lot of people don't consider seafood meat, but that's,
What is it?
it's seafood, like it's its own
Its own category.
category.
Okay.
I think that's mostly just pescatarians.
We don't talk about them. All right, I think I'm gonna be able to just like go for this and shove this in. Fingers crossed. Maddie made it look so easy.
Did I? I feel like I did not. It was not easy.
Oh, Maddie,
What?
why did you lead me astray?
Hey, Dad, I love you. And yeah, because I'm really trying not to get gooped. Get gooped. That's what happens when Gwyneth Paltrow attacks you.
You get gooped.
You got gooped. You done got gooped.
So we've seen a lot of people insulate their vans in a lot of different ways. Sometimes people will just use like straight spray foam and just fully spray their entire RV. That is very messy, and people usually recommend you get that professionally done, and that can be very expensive. We're not about that life here. I've also seen people use just straight sheet foam, like what you can get at Lowe's. That can take quite a lot of know-how in order to like cut all these good shapes and get it up. It can be really time consuming. And as we talked about, we don't have a lot of time for this project. So the insulation solution we ended up coming up with is to use Thinsulate, which is a very common option people choose. It's just got this black backer and then this nice fluffy insulation that sits on top of it. It was sort of a nice in-between of, it is more expensive than the sheet foam, but it was less expensive than like professionally spray foaming the entire RV. It's supposed to have really good sound deadening, so we didn't need to do additional sound deadening in the van. And out of all the options, it's pretty easy to install. You just cut it with scissors and shove it into where it needs to go. And on the big swath places, we're hopefully just gonna be able to glue it and have it stay. We'll see if that's actually how this all turns out.
Are you ready?
I feel like we gotta time this.
I think it's gonna go faster than we think it's gonna go.
I think it's not gonna go. Well, we're gonna find out.
Because it's 30 seconds is their average. It's so hot.
But it's not like after 30 seconds it loses its stickiness. We'll find out. 3, 2, 1. Oh yeah, well ventilated, definitely. It didn't smell bad, actually. Oh, you weren't here when I first. I don't need this hat if we're inside the oven. 3, 2, 1. So we have insulation on every sort of panel, ooh, that's hot, of the RV except for this one. So I thought it'd be great to pull out the thermal imaging camera and just see how much of a difference this insulation is making already with keeping heat out of the van. That's pretty cool. There's like almost a solid 10 degrees difference from one side to the other. The left side has the insulation and the right side doesn't.
So this is what we're looking like at the end of day 1. We've got insulation on all of the walls and hiding in most of the nooks and crannies. We were expecting this part of the project to take 2 to 3 days, so the fact that it's done in 1 is feeling promising. Fingers crossed, let's see what we can get done day 2.